Welcome to our channel HD Rare Coin 111, your go-to spot for uncovering the incredible world of rare US coins. If you've ever wondered if your old pennies, nickels, or dimes are worth more than face value, you're about to find out. In today's video, we'll be exploring some truly rare coins and their shocking values. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. So let's jump in. Top 1. In the ever-evolving world of coin collecting, there are moments when history, artistry, and rarity combine to create something truly remarkable. One such moment came in 2017, when the United States Mint released a $2 that not only honored a national landmark but paid tribute to one of the most powerful voices in American history, Frederick Douglass. This coin, part of the America the Beautiful series, has since become one of the most talked about quarters of its time. The Frederick Douglass Washington $2 isn't just a piece of metal. It's a story frozen in time. The design immediately commands attention with its powerful imagery. On the reverse side of the coin, Douglass is seen seated at his writing desk, surrounded by papers and books, positioned in front of his historic Washington, D.C. home. The scene is quiet yet commanding. A moment of thought, a moment of legacy. Frederick Douglass was more than a writer. He was a visionary, a leader, and a revolutionary figure whose words helped reshape the national conscience during one of the darkest periods in American history. His presence on a U.S. coin is more than symbolic. It is a declaration of remembrance and respect for a man whose voice still echoes today. The quarter was released to honor the Frederick Douglass National Historic Site, a place where Douglass lived, wrote, and advocated during the final years of his life. His home stands as a beacon of freedom, education, and progress. Featuring it on the coin connects the image of Douglass not only to his past achievements, but to a physical place of significance. Though the design itself is stunning, the real excitement comes from what lies beneath the surface, its hidden potential value. While millions were minted and distributed through general circulation, only a select number of these coins possess the qualities that elevate them to rare and valuable status in the world of numismatics. Mint marks play a big role in identifying potential rarities. Quarters minted in Philadelphia bear P. Those from Denver D. And the most elusive and sought after of all carry W, denoting the West Point Mint. These West Point coins were released in limited numbers and were not included in regular mint sets, making them highly desirable among serious collectors. Then there are the grading considerations. Coins that have remained untouched, never handled by human hands, with pristine surfaces and sharp details, are classified as mint state, or MS. A Frederick Douglass quarter graded MS 68 or higher is not only incredibly rare but also a serious prize for any collector aiming for perfection. Beyond condition and mint mark, the coin world thrives on errors. A small number of Frederick Douglass quarters have been discovered with double dies, misaligned strikes, and even die breaks. These imperfections, created during the minting process, add a layer of uniqueness that pushes their value even higher. Collectors also chase the proof and silver-proof versions of the Douglass quarter. These were struck with polished dies and special care, resulting in coins with mirror-like backgrounds and frosted designs. While they were not intended for circulation, finding one in perfect condition can lead to impressive returns. What makes the Frederick Douglass quarter especially powerful is its emotional impact. For many collectors, this coin represents more than monetary value. It represents inspiration. Holding this coin is like holding a reminder of what determination, education, and courage can achieve against all odds. The Douglass coin continues to grow in popularity not just because of its rarity, but because of what it stands for. It attracts both seasoned numismatists and new collectors, teachers, students, and history enthusiasts alike. It is a perfect blend of cultural importance and collectible appeal. Across coin shows, auctions, and collector forums, the Douglass quarter is often a hot topic. Stories emerge from people who found rare variants in their change or among rolls from the bank, unaware of the hidden fortune they had casually tucked away in a drawer or purse. Some of the most valuable Douglass quarters are those still sealed in original U.S. Mint packaging or certified by top grading services. Their untouched condition and proven authenticity make them standout investments in a growing and competitive market. There's something poetic about Douglass. who fought to be heard in a time when people like him were silenced, now appearing on currency, a daily object passed between millions of hands. His presence reminds us that even the smallest coin can carry a voice that still teaches, still inspires. This coin is more than just a quarter. It's a tribute to literacy, leadership, and liberty. It represents the journey of a man who once lived in slavery and rose to counsel presidents. That story, etched in copper and nickel, is now passed quietly from pocket to pocket, whispering reminders of progress. Many coin enthusiasts consider this quarter a cornerstone of any modern collection. Not only for its beauty or limited editions, but because of its deep historical resonance. To own one is to own a piece of America's fight for equality, carved into a symbol of value and exchange. Each year, the number of high-quality Douglas quarters becomes smaller. Many are spent, scratched, or lost. This shrinking availability, combined with increasing demand, only adds to their rising worth and mystique. For anyone looking to start collecting or expand their collection with a meaningful coin, the 2017 Frederick Douglass quarter is an extraordinary place to begin. It offers not only the chance to hold value, but to hold history and heart in the palm of your hand. So before you overlook the change in your pocket, take one more glance. You could be holding a coin that changed more than a transaction, it changed a nation. Because one incredibly rare and high-grade Frederick Douglass Washington $quarter from the year 2017 has been known to sell for as much as $24,000 in total. Top 2. In the rolling hills of Kentucky, where dense forests meet rugged mountain trails, lies a passage that once opened the way for pioneers to push westward into the American frontier. This natural gateway is known as the Cumberland Gap, and in 2016, the United States Mint honored it with a powerful design on a Washington $quarter. More than just another coin in the America the Beautiful series, the Cumberland Gap quarter quickly became a fascinating piece for collectors, both for its historical symbolism and the rare versions that hold significant value. This particular coin captures a scene filled with motion and purpose. On the reverse, a frontiersman stands tall with a long rifle in hand, gazing out across the terrain with determination in his eyes. The words, "First doorway to the west," are engraved beside him, a phrase that perfectly encapsulates what the Cumberland Gap meant to early American settlers. It wasn't just a path through the mountains, it was hope, it was opportunity, and it was freedom. The design, rich in detail, instantly transports you back in time to an era of untamed wilderness and boundless possibility. The frontiersman, dressed in traditional 18th century attire, seems ready to brave the unknown, symbolic of the courage and grit that helped shape the United States. His stance isn't just a pose, it's a promise of what lies beyond the horizon. While millions of these quarters were minted for general circulation, only a very limited number have surfaced with qualities that make them rare and highly sought after. Condition is key. Those that remain in pristine, uncirculated state, especially coins graded MS-67 or MS-68 by top coin grading services, can command a significant premium in the marketplace. Collectors also keep a sharp eye out for special mint marks. The Cumberland Gap quarter was struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, but the versions with the W mint mark from West Point are among the rarest. These West Point coins were released in small batches directly into circulation, making them prized finds for anyone lucky enough to spot one. Then there are the fascinating minting errors that turn ordinary coins into legendary discoveries. Some Cumberland Gap quarters have been found with double die obverse, off-center strikes, and unusual rim defects. These imperfections, though unintentional, have become golden opportunities for collectors, dramatically increasing the coin's worth. Beyond the technical aspects, what truly elevates this coin is its emotional and historical weight. The Cumberland Gap was more than a passage, it was a symbol of America's expansion, a route used by Daniel Boone and thousands of settlers as they forged their way west. Holding this coin feels like holding a key to the nation's earliest chapters. Even in modern times, there's something stirring about the image of the frontiersman. He represents the pioneering spirit, the bravery to leave behind the known and venture into wild, unexplored territory. That energy lives on in this coin, frozen forever in metal, reminding us of where we come from and what we're capable of. The proof versions of this quarter, especially those struck in silver with mirrored fields and frosted imagery, are among the most visually stunning coins in the America the Beautiful series. These were made for collectors and have never seen circulation, making them excellent candidates for long-term value growth. Coin shops, auctions, and online marketplaces have seen a rise in interest in the Cumberland Gap quarter. As more people learn about its design and historical significance, demand for high-grade and error versions continues to grow. It's no longer just a piece of spare change, it's a coveted piece of American storytelling. Stories abound of collectors stumbling upon rare versions of this coin in everyday places. Someone discovers one in a bankroll, another at the bottom of a coin jar. The excitement that follows, the research, the grading, the discovery of value, is part of what makes coin collecting such an addictive and thrilling hobby. The coin is also a favorite among teachers and historians, who use it to spark discussions about westward expansion, the pioneering era, and the lives of early settlers. It serves as a portable history lesson, one that invites curiosity and connects generations through shared heritage. As time goes on, finding untouched, flawless examples of the 2016 Cumberland Gap quarter becomes increasingly difficult. Circulation wears down edges, dulls details, and robs coins of their collector-grade status. That's why those that have been preserved are becoming more valuable with each passing year. Investors are also beginning to recognize the potential of modern quarters like this one. While older coins often dominate headlines, newer coins with low populations and high grades are quietly becoming stars in their own right, especially when backed by strong themes and historical context. It's the kind of coin that speaks to both seasoned numismatists and first-time collectors. Whether you're drawn to its design, its rarity, or its deeper meaning, the Cumberland Gap quarter offers something for everyone. It's proof that even modern coins can carry stories as rich as any from centuries past. Imagine finding one of these coins in brilliant uncirculated condition, its edges sharp, its fields untouched, and its details crisp. That single find could be the start of a lifelong passion, or even a rewarding investment. Every coin tells a story, but only a few carry such potent symbolism and potential value. The spirit of the frontier still lives in this coin. It reminds us that progress isn't made in giant leaps but through steady steps, each one full of hope and courage. From the hills of Kentucky to the hands of collectors around the world, this quarter continues to travel, not on horseback, but through time and imagination. And for those fortunate enough to discover a rare, error-filled, or ultra-high-grade version of the 2016 Cumberland Gap Washington quarter dollar, its worth has reached as high as $19,000 in total. Top 3. There are moments in American history where culture, courage, and creativity blend into something unforgettable. And in 2009, the United States Mint released a coin that captured such a moment perfectly, the Washington quarter dollar honoring the District of Columbia. This wasn't just a coin marking a location on the map. It was a tribute to the heartbeat of the nation's capital, told through the soulful figure of a jazz legend. The result was a coin that doesn't just represent currency, it sings history, art, and legacy. The 2009 District of Columbia quarter came as part of a special program featuring U.S. territories and the capital city. But this coin stood out immediately, thanks to the man it featured, Edward Kennedy, Duke Ellington, one of the most celebrated and innovative composers in American music history. His inclusion on a circulating U.S. coin wasn't just impressive, it was historic. He was the first African American to appear solo on a U.S. coin in general circulation, and that alone gave this quarter a legendary start. Take a moment to truly appreciate what's shown on the coin. Duke Ellington sits at a grand piano, sheet music before him, mid-performance in spirit. The scene radiates elegance and pride. Beneath his name is the proud inscription, "Justice for All," echoing the motto of the District of Columbia and tying together the themes of equity, culture, and excellence. But beyond its striking design and historical importance, the 2009 DC quarter also holds a secret that only the most passionate collectors know: it can be worth a fortune. While millions were made for circulation, not all of them are created equal. Some rare versions, depending on their minting quality or unique errors, are now considered priceless to the right buyer. This coin was minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver facilities, marked by the letters P and D. But a few select coins were struck with extraordinary clarity and precision, resulting in coins graded MS-67 or MS-68, professional designations for nearly flawless specimens. These are the coins that make collectors' hearts race and wallets open. And then there are the errors, those rare quirks that happen during minting. Double die obverse, off-center strikes, missing elements, and rim clips have all been documented in other quarters, and the DC quarter is no exception. When such a beautifully designed coin contains one of these unintentional mistakes, its rarity and value explode almost overnight. Coin shows and online auctions have reported fierce bidding wars over high-grade examples of this quarter. Collectors are drawn not only to the rarity but to the story behind it, the musical genius of Duke Ellington, the deep cultural roots of the District of Columbia, and the meaningful message of justice carried on the back of a common coin. One reason this coin connects so powerfully with people is its emotional resonance. Ellington wasn't just a musician, he was a symbol of excellence, grace, and sophistication during a time when African American artists were breaking through barriers and redefining culture in America. His presence on a coin honors not just his talent but the entire movement he helped lead. Imagine the excitement of someone finding a pristine, untouched District of Columbia quarter hidden in a bankroll, or tucked in a family coin jar, unaware of the small treasure they've been holding on to for years. These are the kinds of stories that fuel the passion of the numismatic community. Even the silver-proof versions, minted with incredible detail and a mirror-like background, have become collector favorites. Although never meant for regular circulation, a few of these proofs have found their way into public hands, adding to the coin's lore and increasing their desirability on the market. As more people become aware of this coin's backstory and growing value, its demand has skyrocketed. Teachers, musicians, historians, and coin collectors all find something uniquely powerful in this little quarter. It tells a story that is both personal and national, local and legendary. Duke Ellington's music once filled the streets and airwaves of America. Now, decades later, his image continues to inspire, but in an entirely different way, through a quarter that still circulates in the hands of the people. It's a powerful reminder of how far we've come, and how one man's brilliance can continue to shine across generations. The District of Columbia quarter is more than just a tribute to a city. It's a reminder that art matters, that justice matters, and that representation on something as simple as a coin can echo through the halls of history. It is both a collector's piece and a cultural artifact. Many believe this coin will only continue to rise in value as it becomes rarer and more appreciated. As time wears down circulated coins, the number of perfect, investment-grade examples decreases, making each high-grade piece all the more valuable. There is something beautifully ironic about this coin. Duke Ellington, who made his name with rhythm and melody, now lives on in a medium known for silence, metal. Yet, when you hold the coin, it almost sings. It carries a rhythm of its own, pulsing with legacy and pride. Collectors who own a flawless District of Columbia quarter are not just holding a piece of currency. They are preserving a piece of cultural heritage. A coin like this doesn't just belong in a drawer, it belongs in a story, a museum, or a well-guarded collector's album. Every detail, from the curve of the piano to the shine on Ellington's jacket, was crafted to celebrate a man whose influence reached far beyond notes on a page. And for that reason, this coin will never fade from memory. It will only grow more legendary with time. So next time you find yourself with a handful of change, take a moment to check for that 2009 District of Columbia quarter. Because one exceptional and highly rare version of this coin, perfectly preserved and adored by collectors, has been known to sell for as much as $66,000 in total. Top 4. In the realm of coin collecting, there are pieces that shine not just because of their design, but because of the deep historical and cultural weight they carry. One such remarkable coin is the United States of America Washington $quarter from the state of Massachusetts, issued in the year 2000. This coin isn't just a 25-cent piece, it is a time capsule, a symbol, and in some extraordinary cases, a hidden treasure worth far more than what meets the eye. The Massachusetts quarter was part of the legendary 50-state quarters program, a massive initiative by the U.S. Mint to celebrate the heritage of each state. As the sixth coin released in the series, the Massachusetts quarter was introduced at the dawn of a new millennium, and its release was met with great excitement by collectors and the general public alike. But this coin held something special, something deeply patriotic and rich with historical pride. Front and center on the reverse side of the coin is a proud depiction of the Minuteman statue, a nod to the citizen soldiers who fought in the earliest days of the American Revolution. With a musket in hand and determination in his stance, the Minuteman represents the bravery of ordinary people standing up for their rights. Behind him, a detailed outline of the state of Massachusetts ties the figure to the land he vowed to defend. Above the image, the word Massachusetts arches with purpose, and below, the motto, "The Bay State," is etched into history. It's a design that speaks volumes with just a few powerful elements. And this beautiful coin has more to it than meets the eye. While most people pass it by as just another quarter, a few of these coins possess unique qualities that elevate them into the world of rare and valuable collectibles. Most of the Massachusetts quarters were struck at either the Philadelphia or Denver mints, and they carried the respective P or D mint marks. But within those mint runs are extremely rare specimens that have survived in pristine condition or bear unusual mint errors, details that make all the difference to collectors. These aren't just any quarters. They are museum-worthy pieces. One of the most thrilling types of these rare coins is the error coin. Imagine a Massachusetts quarter that was struck slightly off-center, or one that was double-struck, with overlapping images. Even more dramatic are coins struck on the wrong metal planchet or missing essential design elements due to a minting anomaly. Such errors are freak accidents, but they become legendary in the hands of a dedicated collector. Then there's the matter of condition. Coins that are found in circulation quickly pick up wear and tear, scratches, and marks that reduce their collector value. But when a Massachusetts quarter is found in brilliant uncirculated condition, or even better, graded as MS-68 or above by a professional grading service, its worth can multiply exponentially. These top-grade coins are like time travelers, flawless survivors of their era. Proof versions of the Massachusetts quarter, especially the silver proof struck for collectors, are another chapter in this fascinating story. These coins boast mirror-like backgrounds, razor-sharp details, and a luster that catches the eye instantly. Though not intended for circulation, sometimes these proof coins escape into the wild, becoming extremely desirable finds for lucky individuals. The Massachusetts quarter's symbolic power adds another layer to its appeal. The Minuteman stands as a timeless symbol of freedom and resistance, and the coin itself serves as a reminder of how American history is built upon the courage of individuals. Every time this quarter changes hands, it carries that spirit of rebellion and resilience with it. Some coin collectors have made it their mission to collect all 50 state quarters in the highest possible grades, and coins like the Massachusetts 2000 quarter, especially rare versions with errors or perfect conditions, become the ultimate prizes in these sets. They are chased, auctioned, and displayed with pride, and the demand keeps growing. As the years pass, more of these coins disappear into private collections or suffer wear, making high-grade examples scarcer and even more valuable. It's not just about collecting anymore, it's about preserving history and owning something truly rare. From coin shows to online auctions, the Massachusetts State Quarter continues to attract attention. Whether it's for its iconic design, its revolutionary symbolism, or the thrill of owning a unique mint error, this coin has become one of the more sought-after gems from the State Quarter series. Even school teachers and historians find joy in this coin. It makes the perfect tool to engage students in lessons about the American Revolution, colonial history, and even the minting process. It bridges generations and connects young minds with the foundations of liberty. Collectors who specialize in U.S. state quarters often speak of the Massachusetts coin with reverence. It's a coin that represents the very first sparks of American independence, and to hold one, especially a rare one, is to hold a piece of that fire in your palm. The coin also reminds us that value can hide in plain sight. Who would expect that a quarter, often tossed into vending machines or left in couch cushions, could hold immense value if it bears the right combination of rarity, condition, and history? There's something magical about the fact that a piece of change with George Washington on the obverse, our first president, carries on the reverse an image of a man ready to fight for liberty. It completes a story that spans centuries in the small circle of a coin. People all across the country are beginning to re-examine their old change, digging through jars, checking old rolls from the bank, and revisiting dusty coin albums. They are searching for that perfect 2000 Massachusetts quarter that could be the missing piece of their collection, or their ticket to a small fortune. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just discovering the world of numismatics, keep an eye out for this powerful little coin. Its historical roots, striking design, and potential hidden value make it a must-have for anyone who truly appreciates American currency. And here's the exciting twist: among all the known Massachusetts state quarters, there exists a rare and exceptionally preserved specimen that sold for a remarkable sum. One of these prized coins, flawless in condition and admired by experts, reached the jaw-dropping value of $80,000 in total. Top 5. In the vast world of coin collecting, where every detail can unlock a fascinating story, there exists a remarkable piece that captures both the spirit of American courage and the beauty of modern minting. It's the United States of America Washington quarter dollar from the year 2017, proudly representing the George Rogers Clark National Historical Park. Though it may look like a regular quarter to most people, this coin holds deeper value, both in history and, for a lucky few, in monetary worth beyond imagination. The George Rogers Clark quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a series launched in 2010 to honor national parks and historic sites across the United States. This particular coin was released as the fifth and final issue of 2017, and it pays tribute to one of the least talked about but highly significant heroes of the American Revolution. George Rogers Clark may not be a household name, but his bravery and leadership helped shape the future of the country during its fight for independence. The design on the reverse side of this 2017 quarter is a powerful and dramatic scene. It features George Rogers Clark leading his men through the flooded plains during the 1779 attack on Fort Sackville. With muskets raised and determination etched in every line, the figures seem to march directly off the coin. It's not just art, it's history frozen in silver and copper, a tribute to grit, perseverance, and bold leadership. This coin stands out not only because of its emotional imagery but also due to its excellent craftsmanship. The U.S. Mint did an outstanding job capturing movement and emotion within a small, circular canvas. Every detail, from the soldiers' coats to their facial expressions, brings to life one of the most daring campaigns of the Revolutionary War. For collectors and history lovers alike, the George Rogers Clark quarter is a masterpiece of modern minting. While millions of these quarters were minted for circulation, a handful have become highly desirable due to their unique traits. These include errors like off-center strikes, double dies, and even coins struck on the wrong planchet. Such minting mistakes are rare, but when they happen, they turn ordinary coins into coveted treasures that can command astonishing prices in the collector's market. Some collectors have discovered quarters with particularly strong details, struck using fresh dies, that appear sharper, cleaner, and more brilliant than the rest. These are often submitted for professional grading, and when they receive high grades such as MS 68 or above, their value skyrockets. Condition is everything in coin collecting, and a flawless George Rogers Clark quarter is something truly special. Then there are the proof and silver-proof versions of this coin. Issued primarily for collectors, these proofs display a mirror-like finish and extraordinary sharpness in every feature. The contrast between the frosted design and the reflective background adds a level of elegance that elevates the coin into a work of art. While not typically released into circulation, every now and then, one finds its way into public hands, adding to the thrill of the hunt. Collectors love the George Rogers Clark quarter for more than just its beauty. It tells a story that many American textbooks overlook, a tale of strategic genius, frontier warfare, and unwavering commitment to freedom. The coin doesn't just depict a general, but a symbol of resilience, representing the tough spirit that helped expand American territory in the late 18th century. When people stumble across one of these quarters in their change, most pass it by without a second thought. But for those with a trained eye, or even a bit of luck, that quarter might just be a hidden gem. Because among the millions produced, there are those few rare examples that hold exceptional value thanks to their rarity, condition, or unusual minting quirks. Collectors often speak of the thrill of the find, and nothing compares to uncovering a rare George Rogers Clark quarter in pristine condition or discovering one with a striking error. The value of such coins can rise dramatically depending on what makes them unique. It could be a die clash, a missing element, or even a planchet error that makes all the difference. Even those new to numismatics have started turning their attention to modern quarters like this one. With rich stories, stunning designs, and a growing community of enthusiasts, modern state and park quarters are gaining popularity, and the George Rogers Clark coin stands tall among them. It's also worth noting that the George Rogers Clark quarter holds sentimental value for residents of Indiana, where the historic site is located. For them, it's not just a coin, it's a piece of local pride connecting the past to the present with a bold image and a meaningful legacy. Children learning about the Revolutionary War can now hold a piece of that history in their hands. This coin becomes a bridge between generations, a way for teachers, parents, and collectors to pass down stories that shape the nation, all within a simple, everyday object. What makes this coin even more appealing is its affordability, at least for the average circulated version. But that only adds to the mystery and surprise when someone finds out their pocket change contains a version worth thousands. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, but the reward is more than worth it. Online auctions, coin shows, and collector forums have become battlegrounds for the best specimens. Whether you're after a perfect mint state quarter or a rare error coin, the George Rogers Clark quarter is often at the center of the conversation, sparking excitement and competition among collectors. And as the years go by, these coins will only grow more scarce, especially those that remain untouched by time and use. This increasing rarity adds another layer of value, transforming what was once a common release into a true collector's prize. Even international collectors are beginning to recognize the appeal of this coin. Its historical background, dramatic design, and potential value make it attractive beyond U.S. borders. In coin collecting communities worldwide, the George Rogers Clark quarter is steadily earning its place among modern American numismatic legends. If you've never checked your loose change closely before, now is the time. Because you never know when a small, ordinary-looking quarter might turn out to be something extraordinary, a tiny canvas of American bravery and possibly a valuable piece of history hiding in plain sight. And in one astonishing instance, a rare mint-era George Rogers Clark 2017 quarter, graded in brilliant condition, was sold to a private collector for an unbelievable amount of $27,000.